Let's take up important reactions of alcohols. Alcohols are very weak acids. Acid dissociation constant is 10 to the power minus 16 to 10 power minus 18, even less than water, which has got acid dissociation constant 1.78 into 10 to the power minus 16. They do not turn blue litmus red because they are weakly acidic. Even they are weakly basic, so they don't affect red litmus also. So alcohols are weakly acidic than water but stronger than acetylene, as it is evident from the following reaction. Here we are taking sodium alkoxide, which reacts with water and which is a stronger base. It results in the formation of NaOH, which is a weaker base, and weaker acid is formed. NaOH is weaker base than RONA. This is stronger base, ROH is stronger acid. Here we get weaker base, RONA, and weaker acid, acetylene is formed. So these reactions show that alcohols are less acidic than water but more acidic than acetylene. This is the order. Water is more acidic than alcohol. Alcohols are more acidic than acetylene. Decreasing order of the stability of these ions are acetylide ion. Decreasing order of the acid strength of this ion is greater than RO negative, is greater than OH negative. Next we are taking reaction with Grignard reagent. Grignard reagent reacts with alcohol to form alkanes. H from alcohol combines with alkyl group of the Grignard reagent to form methane, and MgX of Grignard reagent combines with alkoxy group to form alkoxy magnesium halide. This reaction can be considered as displacement of weaker acid hydrocarbon from its salt, that is Grignard reagent, by stronger acid alcohol. This reaction makes the basis of Zarivitinov method for the estimation of number of OH groups in the unknown compound. Means the number of OH group will lead to the number of moles of methane formed if CH3 MgX is used. So from the number of moles of methane formed, we can derive how many OH groups are present. So from the number of moles, volume of evolved methane can be calculated. Next we have reaction with carboxylic acid. This reaction is esterification. Now here in general perception is that acid give H ions and alcohol will give OH ion, but actually OH ion is given by ethanoic acid or acids and H ions are given by alcohols. So water is removed and we get ester, ethyl, ethanoate from ethanoic acid and ethanol. Concentrated sulfuric acid acts as dehydrating agent. And this reaction is reversible, so ester form should be removed as soon as it is formed. Esterification being reversible reaction, it can be pushed forward by using any of the reactants in the large amount or by removing any of the products as soon as it is formed. So ester should be removed as soon as it is formed. The reaction shows considerable steric hindrance, that is, bulkier the acid or alcohol, the slower will be rate of esterification. For example, methyl alcohol will be most reactive towards esterification because it is most acidic. Then ethyl alcohol, then isopropyl alcohol, and least reactive is tertiary butyl alcohol. Formic acid is most reactive as compared to acetic acid, and then isopropyl carboxylic acid and tertiary butyl carboxylic acid. Isotopic tracer technique shows that the esterification involves cleavage of OH bond of alcohol and COH bond of the acid. That is, OH from acid and H from alcohol is lost, and this can be confirmed with the help of the isotopic tracer technique. That is, radioactive oxygen is found at this place. It means the alcohol has lost H positive ion and not OH. If alcohol had lost OH, then radioactive oxygen should come out in water. Next, we are taking reaction involving cleavage of COH bonds. ROH reacts with Lucas reagent, HCl and zinc chloride. Alkyl halide is formed plus water, so heating is required because primary alcohols react slowest, tertiary alcohol react fastest. With HBr, 48% HBr can be prepared by using NaBr and H3PO4. Here, conc sulfuric acid cannot be used because HBr will get oxidized to water and bromine. Product formed will be alkyl bromide plus water. For HI, we can use Ki and H3PO4. Alkyl iodide will be formed plus water will be formed. With Kong sulfuric acid, even HI will get oxidized to iodine and water. The order of reactivity of various alcohol is tertiary alcohol will be most reactive, primary alcohol will be least reactive towards nucleophilic substitution reaction. The order of reactivity of hydrogen halide is HI has more than HBr has more than HCl because HI has lowest bond dissociation energy, means bond will break up easily. HCl has higher bond dissociation energy due to smaller bond length. Among tertiary alcohols are most reactive because tertiary carbocation formed will be most stable and that will react with halide ion to form tertiary halide most easily. Next we have reaction with phosphorus halide. Alcohol react with PCl5, OH is replaced by Cl, we get alkyl halide plus phosphorus oxychloride plus HCl is formed. Specific example, ethanol reacts with PCl5 to give chloroethane plus phosphorus oxychloride plus HCl is formed. Alcohol, when reacts with phosphorus trihalide, we get ethyl chloride plus phosphorus acid. Pi3 is not stable, so we react phosphorus plus iodine. So ethyl alcohol reacts with Pi3 to give ethyl iodide plus H3PO3 is formed, phosphorus acid. Reaction with thionyl chloride. ROH reacts with thionyl chloride in the presence of pyridine as a solvent. We get RCl plus SO2 plus HCl. This is the best method to prepare alkyl halide because SO2 and HCl are gases which can be easily removed and we get pure alkyl halide. If we use ethyl alcohol with thionyl chloride in the presence of pyridine as a solvent, we get chloroethane, sulfur dioxide and HCl. The order of reactivity of various alcohols towards this type of reaction is also tertiary is most reactive, primary is least reactive, so tertiary is greater than secondary is greater than primary alcohol. Next, this can be explained in terms of electron releasing inductive effect of alkyl groups. These alkyl groups by electron releasing effect tend to increase the electron displacement towards oxygen. That is, this bond breaks easily and we get tertiary carbocation which is most stable, which react fastest. Here, secondary carbocation is formed which is less reactive than tertiary and reacts with alkyl halide, iodide ion, halide ion to form alkyl halide. Primary alcohol will form least stable carbocation, so will form alkyl halide least easily. In other words, the polarity of CO bond increases and this makes the breaking of the bond between carbon and oxygen easier. Therefore, the alcohols with greater number of alkyl groups attached to the carbon will be most reactive. This justifies the above order of reactivity of alcohols in this type of reaction. Oxidation. Primary alcohols can easily get oxidized by acidified KMnO4 or alkaline KMnO4 or even neutral KMnO4. Alkaline KMnO4 and acidified KMnO4 are more reactive. So first we will get potassium salt of acid plus MnO2 plus KOH. If we acidify potassium salt of acid, we will get carboxylic acid. So primary alcohols are readily oxidized to carboxylic acid. Secondary alcohols are difficult to oxidize. They are oxidized to ketone by chromic acid. Chromic acid can be obtained by reaction of K2Cr2O7 and Kong sulfuric acid. Cr2O3 in acetic acid or CrO3 in pyridine as a solvent. Secondary alcohols and oxidation with any of these reagents give ketone. Secondary alcohols, when undergoes vigorous oxidation by heating with potassium dichromate and Kong sulfuric acid, bond will break up here. You will get acetic acid and formic acid. Formic acid is likely to be further oxidized to CO2 and water with the help of acidified dichromate on heating. Tertiary alcohols are most difficult to oxidize. So first on acidification they undergo dehydration, result in the formation of 2-methylpropene, and this on further oxidation gives propanone and methanol. This carbon changes to methanol. These three changes to acetone or propanone. Propanone on further oxidation gives acetic acid plus formic acid. Methanol on further oxidation gives formic acid. So these are the products obtained. Nascent oxygen is obtained from acidified dichromate or suitable oxidizing agent. More about distinction between primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. One of the best tests is Lucas reagent test. On treating with Lucas reagent, primary alcohols do not react at room temperature, but on heating they form cloudy appearance, that is milkiness, because due to the formation of alkyl chloride which are insoluble in water. Tertiary alcohol react fastest, so turbidity or milkiness appears immediately. Secondary alcohol reacts slightly slowly, the turbidity appears within 5 minutes. Primary alcohols do not react appreciably at room temperature, but they do react on heating. Victor Meyer's test, the alcohol is subjected to the reaction sequence given below and the colors obtained are noted. Primary alcohols first is treated with phosphorus and iodine, we get alkyl iodide, which reacts with silver nitride to get nitroalkane. Nitroalkane reacts with HNO2, H from alpha carbon and OH from here, water is removed, NO groups gets attached to it, which undergoes rearrangement, H from here shifts to oxygen and we get nitrolic acid. Nitrolic acid being acidic in nature reacts with KOH and we get red color. So primary alcohol give red color with Victor-Meyer's test. This test is called Victor-Meyer's test. Secondary alcohol react with phosphorus and iodine to form secondary iodide. So with AgNO2 we get secondary nitro compound. With HNO2, H from here and OH from here is removed and the product formed is called pseudonitrile. There is no alpha hydrogen, so with KOH there is no reaction. And we get blue color, pseudonitrile gives blue color with KOH. Tertiary alcohols react with phosphorus and iodine to form tertiary iodide. With AgNO2 they give tertiary nitro compounds, but tertiary nitro compounds do not have alpha hydrogen, that's why they don't react with HNO2, so there won't be any further reaction with KOH, so here we get colorless product.